You walk into a room you've never been in before, and without warning, something whispers, I have been here, not a memory, a feeling, a certainty that this exact moment has happened before. Right down to the light, people reach for spooky answers, a past life, a glitch in the matrix, a crack in reality. But it's none of those. The truth is stranger and far closer to home. It may be your own brain, making a mistake and catching it in the very same instant. A feeling of familiarity, firing with no memory behind it at all. So what is really happening in that uncanny half second? Tonight, why do we get déjà vu? Start with the word itself. Déjà vu, French for already seen. But notice what's missing. You feel you've seen it, yet you can't say when or where or how. That's the whole strangeness in one sentence. A powerful sense of familiarity with nothing real to attach it to. A normal memory comes with an address. You know where it lives. This one arrives with the feeling and no address at all. Almost everyone has felt it. Most of us, more than once, and almost no one can explain it. Here's the first problem for science. Déjà vu refuses to be caught. It lasts only seconds. It arrives without warning. And you can't make it happen on command. It comes when it wants to. Imagine studying lightning that strikes for 1 second, in private in someone's mind, and never where the instrument is pointing. So for a long time, déjà vu sat outside science, too slippery to measure, too easy to dress up as the supernatural. A careful note first. There are several theories here. Some even point to a tiny timing slip between the brain's perception streams. We'll follow the strongest one. None is settled fact. Nobody fully agrees on the cause. And for the longest time, no one could even study it. Until one scientist found a way to build the feeling from scratch. To get anywhere, we need one strange fact about memory. It isn't one thing, it's at least two. The first is recollection, the full memory, with details, time, and place. You don't just know the face, you know the name and the night you met. The second is quieter. Familiarity, a raw signal that just says, this, I know this, with no story attached. You've felt the gap. Someone says hi, and you know them. But the name, the where, the how, won't come. That tip of the tongue ache is the two systems coming apart. Familiarity arriving first, recollection running late. Now imagine that split, familiarity and details, breaking apart completely, because that is the leading idea about déjà vu. Familiarity fires, strong, certain, undeniable, and recollection reaches for the matching memory and finds nothing there. So, where in the brain could that misfire happen? One clue comes from a very particular place. Some people with a form of epilepsy in the temporal lobe feel intense déjà vu just before a seizure, a warning aura. That's a striking clue, but tread gently. Seizure déjà vu and the everyday kind may not be quite the same thing. Still, it points a finger. It ties the feeling to the brain's memory circuitry, the deep temporal structures that flag what's familiar. The picture that emerges is this. A tiny burst of activity in those circuits stamps a moment as familiar. Wrongly. A real, vivid feeling, printed onto an experience that has earned nothing of the kind. The brand of a memory with no memory underneath. Now look at it the way an engineer would. Strip away the ghost story and ask, what signals are actually firing? Normally, two signals travel together. One says, this is familiar. The other says, and here's exactly where I know it from. They're a pair, a flag, and a source attached to the flag. Familiarity, and the receipt that proves it. Déjà vu is the flag raised, with the receipt missing. The familiar light comes on, and the source line stays dark. That's the whole eerie sensation in engineering terms. A familiarity signal with no source attached, a feeling pointing at nothing, And it explains the strangest part. Why you feel two things at once. I know this place, but I can't possibly. Both are true at the same time. The signal is real. The source is gone. And you can feel the contradiction sitting in your own head. But could anyone ever catch this lightning? One researcher decided to try. And to do it, she had to build the feeling on purpose. Here, the science gets careful and clever. Her idea was this. What if a new place feels familiar because its shape secretly matches an old one you've forgotten? The same arrangement. A doorway here, a window there, a corner just so, echoing a room you can no longer consciously recall. So she rebuilt it in virtual reality. Show someone a scene, then much later a brand new scene with the same hidden layout. And it worked. People felt that flicker of déjà vu, the familiarity rising, while honestly unable to say why. The shape was known, the memory was not, which leads to the deepest idea of all, and the quiet twist at the heart of tonight. Why does déjà vu feel so wrong? Why the unease, the doubt, the this can't be right? Because some researchers think you may be feeling your brain catch its own mistake in real time. An error monitor, a part of the mind that checks memory's work, spots the false, familiar signal and raises a flag of its own. That flag is the doubt, the wait. That's not right. Déjà vu may be the rare moment you actually feel the fact check happening. So the spookiness isn't a glitch breaking the system. It might be the system working and letting you watch. It also explains who feels it most. The young more than the old. Travelers more than homebodies. Late at night, in a new place, when your mind is just a little worn thin. Most of all, new places, a foggy mind, a memory system running fast and loose. Exactly the conditions for a familiar flag to fire by mistake, and it tends to fade as we age, which oddly may mean an older memory system simply makes this particular error less often. So here's the contradiction to carry into the dark, the most uncanny feeling you can have, the one that feels like a crack in reality, may be a sign your memory is working perfectly, catching its own glitch in the act and letting you feel the catch. No past life, no matrix, just a brain so good at watching itself that, for 1 second, you get to watch it too. Next time it happens, that whisper of, I've been here before. Maybe smile. It's only your mind checking its work. If this made you see that strange little feeling differently, subscribe and stay curious. Sleep well. You're a little less in the dark now. I'll see you at the next midnight question.